don't see it.
There you go.
Okay. All right. How's everybody doing? This is entertainment writer Jerry Miller, Scoop Magazine, Scoop the Entertainment Source, and we're actually sitting here live. We got an exclusive for y'all right now. We're actually sitting here with a legend, not only in music and hip hop and entertainment, but in other words, in life. You know what I'm saying? It's a once an opportunity that, you know what I'm saying, we had this man come here to speak with us and saying get his time. So if he doesn't look too familiar, we're going to give a formal introduction. This is Professor Griff. Very nice to meet you, sir.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Thanks.
Very nice to sit down with you at your time, man. We got your
thanks
time.
to this man, yeah. We're
Absolutely.
Not a problem.
So, like I said, we're not going to take a lot of the time, man, but we definitely want to know why you're here in the city, man. You know what I'm saying? There's not been a whole lot of press about you really being here. You know, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it earlier to your appearance. But, you know, we have this opportunity now. So I really wanted to give, you know what I'm saying, the city of Indianapolis, you know what I'm saying, our Scoop readers, pretty much the scoop on why you're here. You know, like what's going on.
Well, a lot of times, as people already know, my phone number's been out there for a minute. I've been doing the work. Whether it's visible, publicized, or not, I still have to do the work. And the way I look at it as far as the media is concerned, it's really up to them to get the quote-unquote scoop, to get the information out there. Whether the people that brought me in want to contact y'all or however it's done. I think what I do on social media, last thing I've done on social media, if it warranted 7,000 people to come on and watch in one night for 1 hour, then I'm sure me coming here, me putting that information out, at least it should have got out to somebody. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And a lot of times I ask people, well, how did you hear about this? They say, I don't know. Somebody told me they heard you on the radio or they heard you on the internet saying that you was going to be. I just tried to figure out where. Both of y'all can admit, man, this whole paradigm shift when it comes to putting information out about quote-unquote old school artists coming to town to do whatever, it's changed. People are not writing like they used to write.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The music industry is not even what it used to be. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody just got out of jail, just rolled something and smoked something, just ended up on TMZ or did something crazy in order to end up in a magazine nowadays. And all of that, I'm just not doing. I'm going to continue to do the work. So I'm here at the behest of a sister that has this event called the She Event. And I came in on my own dime just to speak to the people and to present my body of work, Symbology, the Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, Book 2. And today I wanted to do something a little bit more intimate, and I wanted to do something a little bit more personal and upfront with people. So she had something at the loft, and I'm like, that's cool. That's how I like it. Sometimes, especially going through what I've been through, with speaking in front of 50,000 people in concert, sometimes it's cool, but sometimes you got to bring it on down and speak to a room full of people.
Get a little bit more intimate.
Exactly, because people want to know you're real. You want them to touch you. Can we take a picture? Can we kick it?
Yeah.
Can we? Yeah. So I'm that dude.
Okay, so I mean, you know, we all know about your lifestyle. We know about, you know, saying the success you had with Public Enemy.
They do.
Well, you know, the majority of us do. Absolutely. So we all know about the lifestyle and, you know, saying the things that you've done, the things that you achieved as an artist, and, you know, saying to leave from that actual path and to be on the path that you're on moving forward. I mean, what was the cause of that? What was the cause of you leaving the lifestyle that you had put, you know, most of your work, your effort, blood, sweat into, and then to decide one day that, you know what, I'm going to try this other path?
Well, that's not what happened.
That's not right.
No, that's not what happened at all. I was doing this before Public Enemy. That's see, people think Public Enemy made me. No, I was one of the ones responsible for making it. People think Public Enemy is this kind of machine that churns out and manufactures people like the Professor Griffs of the world. That's not the case. You know, me and the crew made that what it is. You understand? So this is what I was doing prior to that.
Okay.
It just wasn't high visibility. So to do this before Public Enemy, during Public Enemy, and now I'm doing it, and I never left Public Enemy.
Okay.
At that brief period, I was kicked out of Public Enemy for being extremely radical.
You remember that?
So yeah, then having to rejoin the brothers and continue to work. I've always done this work. You understand what I'm saying? So I never left it. I haven't seen the brothers in a minute because Chuck decided to do the Prophets of Rage thing. So I haven't really seen them. But I never stopped doing the work.
Absolutely, and saying myself included, we're actually grateful that you're still out here working.
Oh,
That
give
you're
thanks,
still
man.
actually out here, giving us what we need to know as opposed to what's been actually, fed to us.
Oh, give thanks, man.
And like I said, in regards to the media, we kind of had a conversation, me and my friend here, we had a conversation earlier about that as far as like the responsibility of the media in regards to, what they tell us that we think we should know and what's really going on with the situation. And, one of the great topics of discussion that we were actually talking about was the missing DC girls.
Oh, yeah.
And, and just doing research into that and finding out more about this situation, we see how, our federal government and our media corporations, tend to kind of put more energy towards finding a football jersey.
Yeah, and what socks Colin Kaepernick is wearing.
Yeah, and if he just, just things of that nature. It's kind of like smoke and mirrors in a way.
Yeah, media, it's an acronym, multi-ethnic destruction in America. And I think they kind of go after the dirt because they want the sensational kind of headlines kind of thing. I mean, I read something about myself on Wikipedia. I was like, wow, people still do stuff like this? I read some stuff. I'm producing, one of the producers on Soleil's project who's coming back out. I read some stuff about me and her. I'm like, wow. It's critical, man. So I'm just saying, you're right. The media has a responsibility. But the question is, what do they do once they don't live up to that duty and responsibility?
It's a very good
What
question.
happens?
Yeah.
They can fall back because a lot of them write under pseudonyms and fake names and hiding behind writers' names and ghostwriters' names. We don't really know who these people are. They can fade from one magazine and go write for another one under a different name after they destroyed someone's career. You understand what I'm saying? If you look at the word media, the root word is Medes. Do y'all know who the Medes are?
No.
The Medes are this cult of people that not worship, but they practice black and white magic. When you couldn't beat someone in the court system, you called the Medes. And the Medes came in, and they was the ones that was casting these spells. All right? They called the Medes. And the Medes responsible for a lot of this stuff that we see in the media. They was the ones to mediate and come between certain parties. So you could actually get away with calling the Medes to destroy somebody else.
Absolutely.
And this is real. So I just wish those people luck, man, because some of the stuff I read about myself on some of these blogs is like, wow.
It's unbelievable.
Yo, it's really unbelievable, man.
Wow. So I definitely want to talk a little bit more about the book, man. It's Symbology. You know what I'm saying? We actually can see here it's actually book 2. So tell us more about book 1, man. And what can we expect from book 2 that that book 1 kind of maybe left off on, or maybe you had hit on a certain topic and discover something else. I mean, give us a little bit more background on
Well,
it.
book 2 is actually all that juicy stuff that I didn't put in book 1 simply because I didn't want people to take it as though this is some crazy lunatic, crazy dude who got kicked out of Public Enemy who's just putting some conspiracy stuff together.
Right.
Book 1 is solid. All that information I didn't and should not have put in book 1 because of that reason. I refined it and put it in book 2 simply because I started attracting 13, 14, and 15-year-olds. And being a 56-year-old man, like, what do you tell them without talking to them and getting permission from their parents to even speak to them?
Sure.
But the internet is a blessing and a curse, and it has made communicating with people now just there's no filter.
Absolutely
Like
no
14-year-olds calling me 2 in the morning like, yo, fuck, yada yada yada. What's up with page 39? You said so and so about Kanye West. You understand what I'm saying? So how do you have that conversation?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I said, well, what I laid out in book 2 was a foundational kind of work to get them to understand some basic things. And something very simple and basic. I never had access to the internet when I was growing up. There was no internet. You had to go to the library.
Exactly.
So that's a process that a lot of people just don't know. So talking to a 14-year-old and trying to explain that to them, they just don't have no clue. They don't have a library card. You understand what I'm saying? Having to go through microfiche and to do research, and then comparing certain books, and you'd have to have read both books to compare and do a comparison work and comparative work in order to fact check and make sure you're saying this point in the book on page 42 that is absolutely correct, and then putting the footnote there so they can research themselves. That's a lot of work, man.
It's constructive research.
Right. Then having to put the book in a language that Peanut, Twan, Tay, and Kwee can understand. You understand what I'm saying? Because I could talk metaphysics and esoteric stuff all day, but if they don't understand it, what good is the book?
Exactly. I understand.
So it's a lot different. It's just that second album.
It's a sophomore effort right here.
Exactly.
Okay. So the state of hip hop, man. You know, if you want to address it, if you could put it, you know what I'm saying, describe the state of hip hop as of today.
Real brief, when someone asks that question about the state, they really mean, what is the mindset? What is the mind state? What is the feeling? What is the vibration? What is the energy that's going on in hip hop right now? Hip hop is still standing strong. It is one of the elements of hip hop that's not doing too well. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I come among graph writers, graffiti artists, and they're fine. Magic markers are still working, spray cans, we just find an empty wall to do it on, but nonetheless, that's fine. The breakdancers are still doing their thing. With some Bengay and some other stuff, they good. You understand what I'm saying?
Get some rest tonight before
Right.
they're good.
The DJs are probably the ones making the most money. The Calvin Harrises of the world and all these cats making millions of dollars DJing. The companies that produce the controllers that the DJs use are making billions of dollars. So it's fine. But when it comes to these people that are supposed to be the guardians, the vocal and verbal, with these oratorical skills, all right, supposed to be the guardians of the oral tradition, they're not doing so well. And I think that's the first line of defense, so to speak, that people see when they view hip-hop through the lens of the media. And it's not doing too good. I say we probably have to give hip-hop, when it comes to rap, all right, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. We have to bring it back to life, man. And I'm not sure if people have ever heard the song by Evanescence. You might want to look up that song. I think it's called Back to Life, or Bring Me to Life. Yeah. And outside of the genre of hip-hop, but it's not. It's kind of have that rock hip-hop kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
But what it's actually saying is actually true, telling the story of an individual. But that's hip-hop. It's like what are we doing? Where's the guardians of hip-hop? Who's going to preserve the culture?
Exactly.
And that's your responsibility. It's mine. It's all of our responsibility. I'm just doing my job to pass this on. This is going to live a lot longer than Professor Griff.
That's going to outlive.
You understand what I'm saying? To say, in one moment of time, a man wrote a book, 2 books, about the psychological, covert, hidden war that's going on in this vibration of music that we call hip-hop. And we'll be able to look back and say, well, damn, that was going on? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's almost scary, man. It's almost scary that the corporate giants of the lawyers and the attorneys and the accountants, they won. They're the ones that have hip-hop in the chokehold, man. Do you realize how many hip-hop heads we've lost? In their 40s?
Yeah.
From Heavy D to Guru and Fife Dog and
young cats. They're young.
40s. Yeah, man.
It's mind-blowing, man.
Mind-numbing, yeah.
Absolutely, man. So, moving forward, man, what more can we expect from you? You know what I'm saying, in regards to, you know what I'm saying, moving forward with, in regards to the book, you know what I'm saying, the book is definitely going to be out there. I'd love to get my hands on it and read it. Book 1 as well. Is there a third work on the, you know what I'm saying, on the horizon? Could we see a 3-peat come with
Well,
this?
I wasn't going to do book 2. I kind of figured, since people have took this Illuminati thing and wrung it out, and I'd be sitting in the room and people would be having a conversation. I'm the one that wrote the book, but nobody will ask me anything. And I'm like, wow. Man. So I didn't even expect to write book 2, but I didn't want to go on my computer and keep bumping into this stuff and not put it in your hands.
Right.
So you can take it as a tool to educate some shorty somewhere.
Got to pay it forward.
Exactly.
Pay it
So
forward.
I did Atlanta Music Biz to educate young cats about the music industry, which is out of print, can't get it anymore. I did analytics, a series of interviews. That was the second book. Third book was book one to this, Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop. Then I did the Acapella Revolution. I put in Acapella Revolution all those formulas that I've learned from sitting in the studio with the Bomb Squad and other people on how to construct the song. And what I did was I took a few of my songs. I showed people how to do the research. Here is the lyrics. You can read each line of every song and what I meant by each line and how to do the research. I laid that out. It's called the Acapella Revolution. I did the Warriors Tapestry. After the Warriors Tapestry, I did the comic book. After the comic book, I put this out, and in between all of that, I put together, this is my third album with my band, The Seventh Octave. So I've been on the move.
Right.
And right now, me and Wizard KG from the Bomb Squad, we producing Soleil. And we actually going to get together, and all three of us are going to do some songs under the banner of Spectrum. Because you know Spectrum was the original group before Public Enemy.
Okay. Yeah.
All of us was DJs.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So it was Spectrum City.
Yeah, I remember that.
Me, the Wizard KG, Hank Shockley, Chuck D. You remember Fat Dre from MTV?
Yeah.
Dre
and Ed Lover.
Ed Lover.
Yeah.
Ed Lover, right. And a few other people. So, yeah.
Legends, man.
So we're going to get together and do some stuff with Soleil. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's great news, man. Like I said, we are blessed to have you in the city, man. We're blessed to have you here.
Give thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Giving us knowledge as well as, you know what I'm saying, entertainment value as well, man. Kind of wanted to close this out. I actually came across a video of yours on YouTube a while back. You know what I'm saying? I've actually done my research on you a little bit. I came across a video that you had posted. It was I believe it was like a seminar or lecture you were giving, and you were talking about it was a concept of actually going into movie theaters and how you were going to a movie. I see the smile come to his face because automatically he knows what I'm talking about. But you talked about the whole psychological effect of how once you go into a movie theater and how once you sit there in that dark room and you know you consume the beverage and consume the popcorn, and then you come out of that movie feeling a certain way, depending on what the movie was about. You know, so you might come out feeling like you're the hero, or
Exactly, or the victim,
exactly,
or the villain.
And so now to actually have you here and be able to confirm this, I mean, you even went as far as the butter that's placed on the popcorn. It's like that was crazy, man. Like to the point I had no idea about, you know, that effect as far as like it affecting you that way to like, you know, your taste buds, the Coke you're drinking, that you go in and you watch this movie in this dark room. I mean, stuff like that is actually.
Let's just think about it. Let's use our imaginations for a minute. Wouldn't that be a brilliant way to lull people to sleep in a movie theater? 20,000 people all at one time, one movie comes out. Everyone has to see it. It opens up this Friday. See it early Thursday night. Thousands of people over the weekend have saw this movie, and majority of them are buying some popcorn, some candy. All right? And we're lending our minds and our spirits to focus in on a movie for 2 hours.
Right.
Got you. Because they're able to program your subconscious with whatever they want to program your subconscious with. That's real. So let's just imagine that's happening right now. They wouldn't have to make movies like Get Out. Because the movie Get Out speaks to exactly what you just said. I said in the clip on YouTube. He fell into a sunken place after being hypnotized. Her wringing a thing of tea with a spoon. He fell into the sunken place, a deep trance, and she was able to manipulate and control him. All right? That's happening right now as we speak. Why is it that most young rappers coming in the industry think nothing of learning the history? If us three went overseas, white people know our history. They know the music history. They come to the concerts. They'll buy all the memorabilia. They'll get the T-shirt. They'll take a picture with you. They support you. But if they become real fans, and we don't think to give back. You understand what I'm saying? Nowadays, these artists coming up, they don't think nothing of the fan, man. We should change that from fan, because fan tends to denote that there's a fantastic thing that's going on, which is the root word to fantastic is fan or fantasy. So I'm weaving these stories in my book, or I'm weaving these stories in the movie, or I'm weaving these stories on my album. I'm in the booth weaving these stories. I got someone that believes in my story so much. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That now that person's gonna follow me for life. I don't owe that person something. Yes, I do. I owe them at least a picture and autograph, if nothing else. I owe them an interview.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And we don't treasure that anymore, man. We don't treasure that anymore at all. What's the dude name from Marvel Comics?
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee. I saw a line zigzagging one time. I'm like, what's going on, man? I thought it was some rapper or something. It was this old dude, man, signing comic books. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, wow. It's old. He still does this for the people. You understand what I'm saying? Because yeah, that's what we owe the people. The people came out to see me today, not to serve me. I served them.
And it was a very nice helping.
Oh, give thanks, man. give thanks. So to answer your question directly, in short, that's still going on, man. We are being mentally and psychologically abused. Hence the term, the psychological covert war on hip hop. All right, if everything was fine, we wouldn't even have to write books like that.
Absolutely.
You cannot sit here and tell me everything's cool in music right now.
Absolutely not. I can't tell you that.
Answer this question for me then. Is all the good music behind us?
I feel it is.
I said that until I heard Kendrick Lamar,
Okay.
Bruno Mars. There's a couple of other artists I heard that's like, I'm like, wow. When I heard Bruno Mars, there's a resurgence of Prince and James Brown and Sly and the Family Stone. I'm like, okay, cool. When I heard Kendrick Lamar, I'm like, oh, so somebody really knows how to put it together.
Right.
Yeah.
Sonically, and uses lyrical skills to kind of get certain subjects across. It was beautiful to hear a subject,
Right.
not just mumbling some stuff. I'm like, cool, all right. All is not lost.
Oh man. So
I'm glad you pointed that out because I was with him. I thought it was over for us.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I felt like there were a few that may could be a saving grace, but just moving forward, man.
You heard this group? I forgot the guy's name, but they did this song, Black Elvis.
I'm not familiar.
Black Elvis.
I've heard of Black Beatles.
Black Beatles.
Black Beatles.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? Who?
Ray Shrimmer.
Ray Shrimmer. Yeah.
But you know, if you pronounce that backwards, it's drummer's ear. So.
But you know something? When I heard it, I'm like, whoever this guy is, he's hearing something different. And he's causing me to hear it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he doesn't have to be, I guess he said to himself, I ain't got to be the best singer. I'm going to do the damn thing. I ain't even got to be the best rapper, but I got this song in me that I need to get out.
Exactly.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, wow, okay. And I heard it just by chance because, you know, my children play music. And I'm like, okay, what's that? Who's that? And I kept hearing it. You understand what I'm saying? Then I had to surrender. I'm like, all right, it's dope. You know how you try to fight it as an old man? It's like, okay, it's dope.
Gotta go ahead and give it its due.
Yeah, I gave it its due. What's the last concert y'all went to?
Last concert I went to, we actually we've had a lot of shows here just in the past month of March. We actually were at the Locks, Osceola National Center, early March, man.
Shout out to M80.
Shout out to M80, Matthew Markoff. Yeah, it was a great show, man. They came through and what felt like, you know what I'm saying, an eternity for them to get there. Once they got there, man, they rocked it for nearly 2 hours, man. I mean,
oh wow, that's a show.
They did, wow. Man. They had really came out there and gave us a show, man. The new stuff sounds great, and then they dipped into the catalog.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's I noticed a lot of the old school artists are on tour now.
Yeah.
I went to 5 concerts. I was blown away.
Oh yeah.
I seen The Time. I seen Lakeside. I seen a whole bunch of groups. Charlie Wilson with Johnny Gill and Fantasia. I seen Avant. I seen all kind of artists, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so
it's definitely a busy time in entertainment. It definitely is, man. But like I said, you know, to be able to have a legend such as yourself come to the city, man, bless us with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Bless us with entertainment.
Oh, give thanks, man. Hopefully I'm gonna come back on that other tip because I picked my sticks back up because you know I'm a drummer.
Yeah,
I used to play. I'm a drummer. Yeah, I used to play percussions. So I'm picking the sticks back up and we're gonna put something together, something kind of different, something kind of unique. We're in the lab right now putting that formula together, man. Yeah.
Definitely, man. We would love to get the scoop on that as well, man.
Oh, definitely, man.
Definitely.
My number is 678-557-2919. It's right here in the book. I got a book for you. All right.
It's right here in this book.
Psychological Covert War Hip Hop Symbology.
All right, man. So, like I said, we're going to sign off, man. This is Jerry Miller with Scoop Magazine giving you exclusive, man. Professor Griff, man.
My brother, keep doing what you do, man. Thanks, man.
Thank you for your time.
All right, yeah, thanks.
All right.
Peace.
Signing off, everybody. We're out.
All right.